What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be comparing the Mossberg MC2SC, which is a stack and a half Micro 9, to the Canik Mete MC9. And this is going to be my very last video doing a comparison with the Canik. I'm going to be getting it sent back to Canik. Hopefully they can fix whatever the issue is. I'm really hoping that they do have a solution to what's going on, but I definitely think it's the guide rod and spring assembly. That's what it seems to be for a lot of people. So hopefully they already have a fix, and we'll see how their customer service does. But the Mossberg MC2SC has also been a firearm that's been unreliable for me. But this is my second one. The first one I've explained in another video what happened. Basically I got rid of it, and now I bought a whole brand new Mossberg MC2SC, and we're really going to test this thing because it was a firearm that I really liked, really wanted to like, but I just couldn't like simply because of reliability. So we brought it back to the channel for a comparison. And before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. I don't care what it is, guys. I bust my butt to make these videos. I still work 12, 11-hour shifts doing new construction plumbing during the week, and I still make these videos for you guys, so it would mean a lot to me. Drop something in the comments. Now, what I want to say first off, though, is because I'm on the internet, I'm open to a lot of hate, right? A lot of people talk crap, a lot of people have stuff to say, you know, because of course they're sitting at home typing it, and, you know, they are the best, and they know, and, you know, stuff like that. I just want to start by saying I don't care what you carry. I'm all about everyone carrying what they like, what they absolutely love, what has their absolute heart. Because if a firearm truly has your heart and you're attached to it, it's never going to leave your side. You're going to bring it with you everywhere you go, and that's one more good-hearted civilian in the population carrying a firearm to protect other people as well as himself or his family or her family, right? So I'm all for that. So any firearm I talk down on or that I personally don't like literally has nothing to do with you. Like, I don't like my SIG P365s. That's just me. But a lot of people I know love them and swear by them. And I know a lot of people that have good experiences. I know some people that have bad experiences. It just is what it is. It comes with the firearm industry. Now, this is what I carry 55 to 60 hours per week. This is my everyday carry. A Shield and 357 SIG. This is only 7+1, but a 357 SIG, and I only carry it to work, which tends to be a safe environment, but I still want to have something on me. But the reason I say that is because this firearm is about the size of the Canik Mete MC9, right? And all these Micro 9s have much more capacity, but I still carry it. So that's just a firearm that most people say to me, oh, why would you ever carry that? It's a dumb round. It's a stupid round. It's not enough capacity. Guys, I carry what I like. I carry what I'm comfortable shooting. I carry what I know is going to be reliable for me. So anyways, let's get into it. 11+1 in a flush mag for the Mossberg, 12+1 in the flush mag for the Canik. Let's just do a quick size comparison. Right, so you can see where Canik got that extra round from, so very comparable. That's length, very comparable again. The Mossberg's a little longer, barrel length to barrel length. I think the Mossberg has a little bit, like a 0.2 inch longer barrel or something like that. Width is pretty comparable. Canik's a little wider. The overall footprint of the Canik, though, is bigger, but not by much. Not enough to make a massive difference or anything. They both can do what I always talk about, which is allow us to change the size of our firearm. You cannot change the size of this Glock 43X. You cannot make it shorter. You can only make it longer, right? And in reality, it only comes with one magazine that is OEM, and I only run OEMs for everyday carry. So in this case, I love it. They give you a tiny option, but then you also have a sleeved 14-round mag, you know, for a lot of people who want that pinky on there, but also just for the extra capacity, and that's just that's what the 43X should have been. But anyways, the Mossberg MC2SC. Things I really like about it is, one, a lot of people are into optics, so I like that every single model comes optics ready. That's just great. Comes with nice metal 3-dot sights. They are a U-notch rear, which here I'm trying to show you that U. The U is actually really nice, and these are a little different than like the Hellcat's U-notch rear, but still very easy to line up. They're just not night sights, right? Awesome serrations. They're just serrations, nothing special. Comes with a rail, but what I want to mention is there's very little aftermarket support for this, so finding a holster option for this firearm, let alone with a light, is going to be more difficult. Awesome memory pads and texturing right there for, one, to fight some recoil, and two, remind yourself to always keep that finger off the trigger. So this is always going to connect with your brain when you feel this little indent. It's going to be like, okay, my finger's in the right spot. Awesome texturing, awesome controls that all run great, an awesome defensive flat face trigger that I really like, and like I said, great magazines made by Mete. Interesting, the original Mossberg came out from the factory using ETS mags. That's the very first MC1SC. Very interesting, and it ran. I actually own one, but I got rid of it. But anyways, this one also comes with a crossbolt safety. Now, I'm not a big fan of manual safeties or anything like that, but if you did want a safety, and it's a little different, I feel like on draw, you will press in with your actual trigger finger and then you'll get on. It's sort of a weird system, but it is what it is. If you want a manual safety, that's fine. Otherwise, it's never going to get in the way. And this was cheaper with the safety. Even though I didn't read that it came with a safety in the description, that's how I got this firearm, and it is what it is. The Canik, on the other hand, is a firearm that I absolutely love, but once again, I can't carry a unreliable firearm. But I love this thing. It is a sweet shooter. When this thing goes bang, it is a great, great shooting Micro 9. Probably one of the best shooting Micro 9s. Another thing I don't like about the Canik, though, is this trigger guard is so tiny. A gloved finger is going to be rough in the winter, so I don't know if I could carry this in the winter. This would be more summer, spring, and fall, but that's fine. I mean, I changed rotation and different magazines for different firearms and stuff like that, but great texturing, very ergonomic, very natural point of aim, and the slide is bigger, or taller, I should say, and heavier. But once again, that helps fight recoil, so I'm all for it. It's just like, picture an XD, right? Springfield Armory XD. It's sort of top heavy, it's sort of taller, but it handles recoil like an absolute champ. Same with the XDM. So in this case, you're getting the same thing, right? Slide stop absolutely works great. It's flawless. The one thing that doesn't work great is that mag release. But like I just showed you, you can fling it out, which not a big deal. It is what it is. I'm sure it'll break in with more use. But 3-dot sights, U-notch rear as well, although it's blacked out with some texturing. But absolutely love this thing. And the way it shoots, but like I said, reliability. Comes with a rail. But like I said, 12+1 setup, you can't ask for much more. Now, the things I like about the Canik are, like I said, the trigger is just absolutely amazing. They just did a great job with that trigger, which I'll show you real quick. We'll compare it to the Mossberg. Everything is clear on this table. I mean, whew. I mean, listen to that, right? Whew. And the feel. Like, that's the best part about this trigger, is you truly feel that reset. There is no false reset. There's nothing, no drag, nothing. That trigger springs out, and boom. I mean, it is... I wish they just would have made this trigger guard a little bit longer. I don't know how they would have even done that, but I wish it would have been out to here. And then the other thing is just work on that spring and guide rod assembly issue. But here's that first trigger pull. I mean, just that's a good first trigger pull. It's not too light. It just is what it is. It's a decent trigger. Now, the Mossberg trigger, what I really like is I like the flat face, but look at also how much room you have. Let me get that trigger out. Look at the room you have for that gloved finger. See the difference? And that matters when you live in a cold state like I do, and also a lot of people in the United States of America live in a cold area. But anyways, this is the trigger. Look at that first trigger pull. Crisp. A little bit of over travel, but not bad. Reset. A little longer, but very tactile and audible. Not as noticeable as a reset as that Canik as far as like feeling it. But still, you're not going to, it's not going to be disguised for a false reset or anything like that. It just feels good. And like I said, I really like that flat trigger. Now, the triggers are very different. Look how big that Canik trigger is. It's sort of weird, but really nice. And the Mossberg trigger is sort of very small, just a defensive trigger, like a Wheaton Arms trigger. If you guys have ever had a Wheaton Arms trigger for a Glock, very similar. But it is a Glockish type trigger overall. Like, other than it being a flat face trigger, the feel is similar to a Glock in weight and stuff like that. Just a little more crisp and a little lighter. But overall, a great shooter. I really like this firearm to begin with. Like I said, unfortunately, I had a lemon, and it is what it is. But two great firearms. We'll see how this thing performs when I get back. And also, I'm going to look into some holster options for these, some light options, stuff like that. See what I'm going to do with them. But it is hard for this Mossberg MC2SC to get aftermarket support. It just is what it is. It comes with it, but I'm all for companies like Mossberg expanding and proving. Like, I mean, it's amazing. It's their 4th pistol, I think, that they've ever put out, and it's already, in my opinion, I like it better than the Glock 43X. Now, you can argue all day Glock 43 or Glock reliability, right? But at the same time, when you're throwing shield arms mags in there, micro dagger mags in there, you're just lowering the reliability of that firearm, and it just is what it is. Those magazines were not 100% designed around the firearm, and we know this because of all the issues you see online, all the issues I personally know from other people getting them. I've even recommended them to people, and then those people said, what the heck, I'm having all these issues. So it just is what it is. But the Mossberg, it's a great shooter, and both these are around $450. So you can't really beat that. They're both going to be cheaper than a Glock, and they come with a lot more rail, optics ready, stuff like that. So it is what it is. Two great firearms. Let me know in the comments your experience with either of them. They're both awesome. Thanks for watching.